The crypto markets have been acting very, very funny these last few days. However, it is Taco Tuesday and we're seeing Bitcoin have a beautiful retest of $42,000, which is actually very interesting because on the inverse, gold is dumping and the US dollar is hitting some highs. We are also going to be speaking about India making some big crypto moves. And interestingly enough, the IMF and former Phantom Dev talk about crypto regulations. Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto and NFTs every day. Look at this beautiful heat map as we are seeing a sea of green. And yes, I'm wearing a lime green shirt to support beautiful price action. Now, when we take a look at this story here, Bitcoin climbs above $41,000 on Wall Street open as gold dives and dollar cements highs. If you take a look at this article over here, we can take a look and see that gold is dumping, which is very, very interesting. I might actually start studying the gold charts a little bit more to see if there's some sort of inverse correlation, which I'm sure there is. Also, too, when we take a look at DXY, which is the dollar, we see the dollar pumping, which is kind of scary considering all the insane things happening in global economies. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin. This is my granddaddy chart that I love for long-term positions. I thought we were going to have a retest of $37,000, but in fact, I was wrong. We did get that breakdown to about 38.8 and we quickly bounced upward. So I was a little bit cautious when it came to alts. And guess what? Sometimes no action is an action. And that's fine. Also, too, this area of $42,000, I talked about me being bullish once we flip above and then continue to consolidate. We're starting to see this happening here. We're hitting resistance at the EMA 21, which is totally fine. And we're above the EMA 9 on the daily. MACD is looking good and so is RSI. So right now, I'm going to be waiting for that flip of $42,000. And if we're able to do so, I would then target about $44,000 and see what happens. I do really want to see a flip above $48,000 for me to be super, super bullish, but at the same time, it takes time to execute these moves. Now, taking a look at this story from the block, Indian crypto exchange CoinDCX raises $135 million, which is now valued at $2.15 billion. And this Series D funding round was led by Pantera Capital and Steadview. We know that the Indian government likes to go back and forth on the crypto regulations all the time. However, I feel like crypto is winning in India, and I would highly recommend that you all pay a lot of attention to different projects that are coming out of India. Obviously, you got to join the Discord, you got to ask questions, do your own due diligence, but do not sleep on Indian cryptocurrency projects because I think that they will continue to do well. This story here, we talk about following the money, and the fact that $135 million investment is now worth $2.15 billion says a lot. Now, let's talk a little bit about regulations here. The IMF says capital controls powers should include crypto. The financial stability watchdog is the latest to worry that digital assets are being used to evade sanctions on Russia. Well, guess what? The purpose of cryptocurrency is to be able to send money freely without any type of intervention. Cryptocurrency and Bitcoin was created for the people, by the people. And some might say that Bitcoin was created for this purpose, to help people get access to funds and money. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't support violence any way, shape, or form, but at the same time, I do think that people do have the right to have access to their money. There's got to be innocence on both sides of this. So it's interesting to see people kind of pick and choose how they want cryptocurrency to be used or displayed. Me, I'm right down the middle. I do believe that everybody should have access to their funds, and that's what crypto is for. And another thing too, removing this key information here, Russia. Let's talk about just your average Joe. If you talk about somebody that, let's say makes minimum wage and they want to go ahead and open a bank account and they're denied to do so because they don't make enough money, they can utilize cryptocurrency for this. Or let's say that somebody wants to go ahead and send money from one country to another country to support their family and they're not able to do so because they cannot support or pay for those fees when it comes to sending money through these centralized entities. Or they want to go ahead and get their family money faster, they can do so with crypto. So we have to look at the good and the bad and then make a decision. This next story here is also very interesting. Andrew Cronje which was a former dev of Phantom, and he built a bunch of other really great projects, but I believe he's retired, whatever. Anyways, regulated crypto more feasible than crypto regulations. So he is basically talking about that countries can create national blockchain to oversee crypto activities. This is a very interesting take here, especially because he is a big DeFi dev, or once was. And this actually does make sense, but then at the same time, it does go against Bitcoin and cryptocurrency's ethos of being truly decentralized. But on the other hand, we have governments and countries that want to impose all these crazy crypto regulations, which are absolutely ridiculous and very, very unfair. Hence, remember, Celsius is no longer able to give passive income with their earn feature unless you are a credited investor. So stuff like that makes me kind of curious as to exactly how this will work. And then finally, this story here. Do not sleep on NFTs and Metaverse. U.S. Air Force files trademarks to secure digital metaverse for training and operational environments. Indeed, the U.S. Air Force, USAF, has filed a trademark application for a secure digital metaverse called Spaceverse, according to a tweet sent out on April 19th by non-fungible tokens and metaverse trademark attorney Michael K. So this is what the tweet looks like over here. This is what the application looks like. And I think this is very, very interesting. My only pet peeve is I'm going to talk about combat, hand-to-hand combat. I'm a boxer. And if I'm not actually sparring with somebody or I'm training by myself, it's a completely different experience when you're actually having physical combat with somebody. You learn a lot more and you get these gut feelings also because you can kind of feed off of your opponent's emotions. So this may be a good thing and may, drive costs down. I'm not exactly sure what the angle is, but at the same time, I really do like that in-person interaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be dropping a very, very hot take later on today at 2 p.m. PST. Make sure y'all are tuned in. Bye-bye.